What's up with the squad? Back with another video. I seen that title's going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. So the question that a lot of people, have a lot, they always have, this question. I see this question a lot. A lot of us, know the answer to this. A lot of us think we know the answer to this. A lot of us, truly just ask the question. Why didn't Democrats release the Epstein files when they were in office? Check it out right here.
And if Democrats were so keen on this transparency, why didn't they release the files when they were in office?
Because they're garbage and they were part of the cover-up, that's why. Because there are also Democrats implicated in the Epstein files, that's why. This is not a partisan issue. This is an issue of powerful elite individuals engaging in criminal behavior, in bad behavior, and cover-ups of their buddies and for themselves. That is the problem here. The American people, both on the left and the right and in the middle, want to know whether or not we are governed by and judged on based on pedophiles who have these and hold these positions of power. That's what we want to know. That's what this is about. This is not anyone who's framing this as a partisan issue, and I will concede that corporate media, legacy media, they're hyper-focused on some made-up partisan angle here. This is not about partisanship. This is about justice for the survivors, and it's about knowing whether or not we have disgusting pedophiles governing us in the government.
One thing about it is that I truly feel as if, it's one of those things, bro. We obviously know the truth of that. And, as Anna said, because they're garbage and they were part of the cover up, as y'all know. More and more things come out, each day. One of the big things, that I did drop a couple days ago, within Hakeem Jeffries. This Scott Jennings, basically, how, the left after, the Epstein files backfired on them, massively. Check it out right here.
She's the smartest person they could find. So they sent her to do this. And the reason is this, because they are desperate to make this a story about Trump and Epstein. And the only thing we found out in the last week is that it's a story about Democrats and Epstein.
Correct.
You got Larry Summers asking for dating advice from Epstein. You got Hakeem Jeffries trying to raise money from Epstein. You got Plaskett being programmed by Epstein.
Mm-hmm.
They lost the narrative, so they sent out their smartest person, Jasmine Crockett, to try to reset the narrative, and it blew up in their face. They may regret going down this road.
By the way,
they're definitely going to regret going down this road on what Jasmine Crockett has done, just based off of now. Again, they're going to be. I truly feel. I know for a fact it's going to be more things coming out. I feel like it was just, one of those things, with Hakeem Jeffries. And I feel like, you obviously see him lie. You seeing others lie and try to cover up for Hakeem Jeffries. I feel like there's more to it, too. I definitely feel like there's more to it. I don't feel like that's just the only thing, that email that was sent, supposedly for Hakeem Jeffries, because he's denying, saying that he's never seen it. He didn't, obviously, he said he didn't send it, but I truly feel as if it definitely is more. This right here says Jasmine Crockett makes an absolute fool of herself when she is asked to correct the record about accusing Republicans of taking donations from a different Dr. Jeffrey Epstein. Check it out.
You talked about Republicans taking money from a Jeffrey Epstein. Here's what you said.
Who also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, as I had my team dig in very quickly. Mitt Romney, the NRCC, Lee Zeldin, George Bush, Win Red, McCain Palin, Rick Lazio.
You mentioned Lee Zeldin there. He's now a cabinet secretary. He responded and said it was actually Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, who's a doctor that doesn't have any relation to the convicted sex trafficker. Unfortunate for that doctor, but that is who donated to him prior.
No, you got to say the rest. No freaking relation, you genius.
campaign of his. Do you want to correct the record on the people that
Listen, I never said that it was that Jeffrey Epstein. Just so that people understand, when you make a donation, your picture is not there. And because they decided to spring this on us in real time, I wanted the Republicans to think about what could potentially happen, because I knew that they didn't even try to go through the FEC. So my team, what they did is they Googled. And that is specifically why I said a Jeffrey Epstein. Unlike Republicans, I at least don't go out and just tell lies.
She doesn't go out and tell lies, but she's telling one right now.
Because it was not the same one, that's fine. But when Lee Zeldin had something to say, all he had to say was it was a different Jeffrey Epstein. He admitted that he did receive donations from a Jeffrey Epstein, so at least I wasn't trying to mislead people. Now, have I dug in to find out who this doctor is? I have not. So I will trust and take what he says, is that it wasn't that Jeffrey Epstein, but I was not attempting to mislead anybody. I literally had made...
You wasn't attempting to mislead anybody, but then, hold on.
Epstein. He admitted that he did receive donations from a Jeffrey Epstein, so at least I wasn't trying to mislead people. Now, have I dug in to find out who this doctor is? I have not. So I will...
So, I'm truly missing something right now. You haven't dug in to find out who this Dr. Jeffrey Epstein is. But you wasn't meaning to talk about this Jeffrey Epstein. So I'm just confused on that. If y'all follow me, I'm truly confused on that. So in that case, how do you know what you're talking about if you haven't dug into this Dr. Jeffrey Epstein? It's because what you said, you tried to change the narrative and man, I'm telling y'all, it's the lies, y'all. It's the lies.
Trust and take what he says, is that it wasn't that Jeffrey Epstein, but I was not attempting to mislead anybody. I literally had maybe 20 minutes before I had to do that debate.
Yeah, but people might see that and say, well, you're trying to make it sound like he took money from
I did not know.
A registered sex offender.
No, but I literally did not know.
You did not know.
When you search FEC files, and that's what I had my team to do, I texted them and I said, listen, we're going up. They are saying that she took donations.
Right, but someone might say, well, your team should have done the homework to make sure it wasn't the conviction.
Exactly.
Within 20 minutes, you could not find that out, not from just doing a quick search on FEC. So, number one, I made sure that I was clear.
So, if you don't have the research on something, and she knows this is where the lies is. You don't have the research on something, typically just, why even say it? Why even say anything? Or just say, we don't know. How hard was it for her to say, oh, we don't know if this is, the information is just invalid. That just goes to show you right there. It's regardless of however it is, she's just lying through her teeth right now.
That it was a Jeffrey Epstein, but I never said that it was specifically that Jeffrey Epstein, because I knew that we would need more time to really dig in.
You talked about...
Full of it. I'll tell you that. Definitely full of it. You want to know how she's full of it? Right here. Jasmine Crockett's response to Jeffrey Epstein feeding Stacey Plaskett questions during a hearing. Check out. The funny thing is about this, y'all, is that we know what she's about to say. We literally know what she's about to say. A lot of this, you get caught in a lie. Obviously got caught in a lie just there and lied about it. So you know what they tend to do a lot, especially when it comes to Jasmine Crockett, and speaking on they know the individuals. I don't want nobody in my comments, what do you mean by that and this, that, and the other. I don't care about none of that. Leave it alone. One thing about it is that, again, Jasmine Crockett, she's the main one that loves to do this, is bring race into it. Check it out.
Because I'm sorry, but we don't have ethical rules that say that you can't receive text messages or you can't respond to text messages, especially if somebody has a certain record and you can't do it in committee. We all be sitting on our phones, and yes, people be texting. I mean, our staff texts us, everybody texts us, people. I remember when I had the bleach blonde situation, who was texting me? My pastor. Okay. So let me be clear. Wow. There is no ethical violation. And so the idea or the audacity to decide that you want to strip a Black woman of her committee assignment because she was texting with Epstein, because
this is what individuals do when they know they're wrong in a situation, is they do that. They do that. It's literally equivalent to you doing that because I'm black. Like I truly get so irritated when individuals do stuff like that, bro. I truly do. I truly do. Jasmine Crockett is literally doing this for her audience. She's doing this for her. She's doing this for people to actually look at her and be like, oh, they doing that because, you know. I'm telling y'all, bro, this is it's dang near just sickening, bro. I'm telling y'all. It's truly sickening. You got it right here. James Comer goes on the House floor and reads the entire email where Hakeem Jeffries' team begged Jeffrey Epstein for money. One thing about it, it's one of those things. You can't. It's a lot of this is just backfiring. It's backfiring bad. Check it out.
So let's read it to make sure. To Jeffrey Epstein, and that's the real Jeffrey Epstein, not Jasmine Crockett's Jeffrey Epstein. This is the real Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
From Hakeem Jeffries' campaign. Dear Jeffrey, we are thrilled that we are working with Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, one of the rising stars of the New York delegation, sometimes referred to as Brooklyn's Barack. Hakeem is committed to electing a Democrat majority in 2014 and is encouraging his friends to participate in a DCCC fundraising dinner with President Obama and Hakeem Jeffries. It ends with a number for Jeffrey Epstein to call to go to the dinner and, quote, get an opportunity to get to know Hakeem better. Here's the evidence. The email speaks for itself. The only stone-cold liar in this debate is Hakeem Jeffries. So, Mr. Minority Leader.
And the rest of some of the left, too, as well.
Take a deep breath. Chill out. Stop lying. Stop with the juvenile name-calling and own up to the fact that your campaign solicited campaign cash from Jeffrey Epstein.
And one thing about it is that why I say, you know, some of the left as well is because they're literally covering up, you know, for him, you know, truly covering up for him and trying their best. And I truly feel, again, there's going to be more coming out, you know, about others as well. Got it right here. It says Jeffrey Epstein reveals he donated to Jasmine Crockett, the same Democrat congresswoman who tried to smear Lee Zeldin for receiving money from a Jeffrey Epstein. Check it out.
Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, I don't know at this point if I should feel sorry for you. I'm sure you're proud of your family name. How do you feel getting mixed up in that mess?
It's been a week of a disaster, if you might say. I was very happy with my name. I've had it longer than he has. Obviously, I'm still here and he's not. But to be implicated or even the insinuation that I am the pedophile, it was really pretty awful what she did. And she clearly, when she did her word scramble backpedaling on CNN the other night, those were just blatant lies. It's ridiculous.
Would you take legal action against her?
I had considered it, but of course, with the law, you cannot, because the comments were made on in the Senate floor, so you can't sue based on the constitutional law.
What about what she said on CNN? We're given a chance to get it right.
She certainly didn't get it right. If anything, she lied even further because she never once said a Jeffrey Epstein. She said Jeffrey Epstein. Exactly. Clearly, she implied that Lee Zeldin, amongst others, had taken money from the pedophile. But let the record show that if you look in the filings, you also see that Jasmine Crockett took money from Jeffrey Epstein.
You know, I always feel sorry. I mean, I chose this life that I live to be in the public eye. But for people that don't choose it and they get smeared and slandered and besmirched, I've often given advice to friends that have gone through that. It's very hard on them. Has this been very hard on you?
It's been annoying. That's the best way I can say it. I've been inundated
You're
with...
very gracious.
A few too many texts, a few too many phone calls, people showing up at my home saying they're friends of mine. A reporter from the New York Post came by. It's just so silly. It's annoying, and that's what it was.
Did you donate to Jasmine Crockett? I read you might.
I was hoping this would go away already. I thought this would die down after a couple of days, but it just seems to keep going and going.
Yeah.
Did you donate to Jasmine Crockett? I read you might.
I did. Donate to Jasmine Crockett.
All right, that's political jiu-jitsu. Good play. Doctor, thank you. And
one thing about this, though, one thing about it is that I truly find a lot of this, I find it insane, that they get here, and they continue to lie. You literally have Hakeem Jeffries lying. You have Jasmine Crockett lying. Going back to this clip, because I want to see for myself.
Who also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, as I had my team dig in very quickly. Mitt Romney.
So she never said a Jeffrey Epstein at all. Never. And tried to do that. And I truly just hate, that they continue to lie and lie and lie after a lot of this is obviously, out. And then in their defense is Trump this, Trump that, Trump was this, Trump had this, Trump was with this person, Trump was it. One thing that I absolutely hate too as well is that you literally have individuals that's constantly saying, President Trump never takes accountability. And this individual in the Trump administration never takes accountability. But you literally have Jasmine Crockett that's not taking accountability whatsoever and saying something that obviously we all have seen, and heard, that she didn't say, a Jeffrey Epstein. Then on top of that, you have Hakeem Jeffries lying about this. Says Hakeem Jeffries refuses to, and this is a post by James Comer, says Hakeem Jeffries refuses to admit that his team sought money from Jeffrey Epstein post-conviction. The documents I subpoenaed from the Epstein estate clearly shows they wanted Epstein cash to build a Democrat majority. But he's now calling me a liar, and the email is literally right here. I'm telling y'all, the Brooklyn's Barack, right? Pretty crazy. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe. I definitely appreciate y'all. Much love to every one of y'all. Catch y'all next one.